Hello, everyone. Welcome to the biggest Snap Take ever. This is Glazer of Snap Judgments, the official podcast of Marvel Snap Zone. Not only are we bringing you 4 decks, 3 of which are Beta Ray build decks, 1 of which has an insane win rate that's not a Beta Ray build deck. We are bringing you our giveaway. We are announcing our first tournament series. We've got custom cards, bundle reviews. This is a gigantic episode. We've never brought you this much in one single week. So let's get started with our season pass giveaway. Coming this season is the Black Swan Black Order season. Black Swan season pass. She's a 2/3 that reads, as far as we know, on reveal next turn, your 1-cost cards cost 0. Black Swan is seemingly going to warp the meta, and you can get one of 15 Black Swan season passes we're giving away. We've already given away 5 because when we hit 8,000 subs, we gave away 5 season passes. So we're pretty close to 9,000. When we hit 9,000, we're going to give away 5 more. We're giving away 15 as of right now, which is going to put us at 25 for this month. That's completely nuts, right? So we've got 5 here this week. All you have to do is sub to this channel, comment this video. In the comments to this video, this very video, there will be a winner of the Black Swan Season Pass. Then in the comments to tomorrow's video, the morning video, there will be a winner of a Black Swan Season Pass. Same thing for Friday. We skip Saturdays. Same thing for Sunday. Same thing for Monday. We're giving away 5 that way. There's also a tweet going out. You have to do what that tweet says. Basically, follow, sub here, and retweet and reply. If you do that, you're entered to win one of 5 more season passes. And then finally, next week in some videos, we're going to do yet another 5 season pass giveaway. All good? That is 15. So make sure you hit that sub button. Don't miss out. And again, later this month, we're likely to give away 5 more. So keep it here. That's not all we're doing, though. We are also introducing you to the Snap Judgments League. This is in conjunction with our friend Gunny2, whose straight up idea this was. Full credit. This is launching in March. Now, I'm going to lead with the bad news. You have to pay $1 to participate. We're giving away a lot of prizes, and I give away a lot of season passes, and I can't afford to just fund an entire league all on my own. I'm really sorry. But if everyone who joins the league gives $1 on Patreon, we'll be able to fund the league. We'll be able to fund all the prizes. How this league is going to work. Ready? We are going to have everyone who joins be put into a different pods of about 32 people. In that pod, you will play 4 rounds of Swiss. You'll be assigned an opponent each week. You will play them, report your results. Great. 1 game a week, only 1 game a week. I understand we're all busy adults. We don't have time to sit down always for 12 hours on a Saturday and play a tournament. So this is a commitment of 4 conquest games in a month, 1 per week. That's all you have to do. Cool? 1 game a week for 4 weeks. The winner gets a season pass. Boom, done. The winner also gets put into a single elimination cut with the winners of all the other pods. The top 2 there will get a larger prize. We're talking about big bundles here. Top stuff. All good? We also have a bunch of amazing creators playing. So if you've wanted to play against your favorite creators, this is your chance. Lambi's in. Schnierp is in. Lauren Whatevs is in. Safety Blade is in. In fact, right now, about 50 creators are in. We're going to announce a few every day. Lambi is the best player in Marvel Snap. If you've wanted to test your mettle against Lambi, great. He's in. Schnierp is a wonderful Twitch streamer. She of Many Hats was on the Snap Judgments podcast with Lauren Whatevs. Last week, we had a blast. She's in. If you want to play Schnierp, this is your chance. Lauren Whatevs, who does all the data, all the writing about Marvel Snap, Lauren Whatevs is in. She's going to compete. And finally, the genius deck builder of Marvel Snap Zone, Australia's own Twitch streamer, Meta Breaker Safety Blade, will be competing. You want to play one of these people? Join. Now, it's important that you join the Patreon, patreon.com/snapjudgments. Please note the spelling. There's no E after the G in judgments. Excuse me. All you have to do is join and pay $1. Do so in February. Wait until tomorrow. I guess technically you don't want to get double charged. I don't actually know when Patreon bills. It probably bills the instant you sign up. But joining for February is how you get in this, right? If you've given the $1 for February, then you're in for March. If you join in March, then you're in for April. We want to do this once a month and basically have the most consistent large tournament series in the whole game. We're building competitive play into Marvel Snap to help grow both all of the best creators in the game and the community. We've got so many huge creators involved in this that we're really excited to tell you about. But right now, we just need you to check that Patreon, join, and from there we'll have a post up probably tomorrow because we want to wait until February 1st, right? We'll have a post up tomorrow that explains so much more. All good? Cool. Hopefully you're excited about this. We're thrilled. This has been like eating my life for the last little bit, so hopefully you're excited about it. It's going to be very cool. Why should you subscribe? We bring you more Marvel Snap content than everyone. I'm completely comfortable saying that at this point. We give you at least 3 decks every single weekday. We do giveaways, bundle reviews, news, notes, OTAs, patches, everything, and we're running the biggest Snap tournament in the game. Hit that sub button. Unless you're the only thing we will ever ask of you money-wise is the Patreon. And obviously, if you're a patron of more than $1, you're invited to the tournament. But $1 is the buy-in fundamentally for the tournament. So if you're interested, pay that $1. If not, support us by hitting that sub button. Even if you're not going to compete in the tournament, subbing to us helps us grow, helps us reach more people. As we reach more people, we fight that YouTube algorithm that just wants to show you the same 4 big creators over and over again. We get bigger, we can reach more people, we can help more people, we get more people involved in this game, we keep this game healthy and growing, and we're all happy. We all grow the game we love as a community. We've got a huge outline today. So we did the first 2 things, right? We're going to go to questions of the day. Then we're going to hit OTA news. Then we've got a deck from Zal Snap. Zal is the homie. Awesome stuff. Our Drewberry custom card challenge is next. We'll talk about what that is as we get there. We've got our classic Iron Patriot. We're going to credit Yasui for this. There's like 10 people we can credit. But Yasui made this famous when he played a very early version in August and beat Lambi. So that version, it's a different version now, but like that's the origin of this deck. And so since I don't have a specific person for this, we're going to credit Yasui. We've got a bundle guide for One Man Battering Ram. Then we've got the best player Marvel Snap, who's in the Snap Judgment League. Lambi's Day 1 Beta Ray Build Deck. We Vote Wednesday, where you vote for a deck to feature, a card to feature in a deck for a video later this week. And then Cable's Dumbs is the only person I could find, and I know everyone, is the only person I can find that got an Infinity Border using Beta Ray builds, so we're going to look at that deck. We're going to end with 2 days of shop and shout-outs. Let's get started. We're not going to do the reminders. This is all the stuff we have going on. We have way more stuff going on than we ever have time to talk about. So if you want to, pause this slide, read it. It's everything we have going on. Cool? Next up, Max Snap wants to know my favorite movie. So I hate when you guys ask questions like this. I love it, but I hate it because last week someone asked my favorite book series, and then I answered it, and now I'm rereading it. I'm trying to organize a tournament. I don't have time. Now I'm just not sleeping even more. My favorite movie is, my actual favorite movie, just pure is The Princess Bride. I think it's basically a perfect movie. I could quote it from beginning to end. I watched it on my wedding night with my wife. I watch it several times a year, at least once a year, but very often 2 or 3 times a year. I absolutely adore it. My other favorite movie, and the reason I'm so sad about this question, is Casablanca. I love Casablanca. I think Casablanca is brilliant and perfect, and something about it is completely timeless. If you've never seen Casablanca, please see Casablanca. Get through the cheesy first 5 minutes, and you'll love the rest of it as long as you can figure out what's going on, and you can if you're a smart person. You're watching these videos, of course you're a smart person. But I haven't seen Casablanca in at least 7 or 8 years. So I think I need to watch Casablanca again. That's going to happen this weekend. Greg is fun to ask my favorite cards to play into Bar Sinister. So my single favorite card to play into Bar Sinister is Rock Slide. I love filling my opponent's deck with rocks. I don't even care if I don't draw Darkhawk. It brings me so much joy. I don't remember the magic archetypes, right? But the one that loves combos and silliness, yeah, putting Rock Slide on Bar Sinister does that. My other favorite isn't a card, but it's a combo. When I first started playing, Bar Sinister was the hot location. I don't remember how early I was, but I was relatively early on my latter career. Excuse me. There was this play you could make where you put Nightcrawler into Bar Sinister, did nothing, played some ones, who cares? Turn 5, You moved one Nightcrawler out and played Blue Marvel. This also works with Khazar, but it works better with Blue Marvel. And then you play Blue Marvel into Bar Sinister. Now you have one Blue Marvel and 3 Nightcrawlers in Bar Sinister and 1 Nightcrawler elsewhere. Then you move all the Nightcrawlers out and play Onslaught on that Blue Marvel. You get 3 Onslaughts on top of Blue Marvel, and the numbers go wee. Onslaught used to be exponential growth. It would break the integer system in the game. It was the coolest thing in the world. All right, I have a few questions for tomorrow's video, but if you would like yours asked, please leave one in the comments. I'd love to answer some more questions. All right, OTA news. Glenn only ever does this when the change is happening right away. Someone asked Glenn, hey, just wondering if Destroy is near your threshold for what's deemed too strong or too common. Glenn answers, Destroy has been the strongest deck since we nerfed Blob, and was the second strongest deck during most of his reign. It's held the perch a little too long and a little too well. Bye, Destroy. Every time Glenn says this, Destroy gets hit. Sorry, every time Glenn says this about a card, a deck, it gets hit. He started talking about how powerful Blob was right before Blob got nerfed. He talks about how powerful Loki was before Loki got nerfed. When he doesn't want to change a card, he will go out of his way to say the stats on this aren't reading our thresholds. The stats on this aren't meeting our thresholds. When he says the stats are meeting the thresholds, we get changes. What those changes are, I'm not sure. I would assume Death goes back to 9 cost, a little too easy to get cheap at 8. I don't know what you do to Deadpool, who's probably a huge offender, and X-23 might lose a power. I could easily see a 1-1 X-23, which in Silver Samurai decks, by the way, is a buff. What else do? Do you take Venom down to a 3-2 or a 3-1, or Carnage down to a 2-1 or a 2 from a 2-2? I don't know. But something's going to happen. Destroy's about to get hit. Wait for it. One thing I'd like to see is Null go back to being 0 in hand so the Dracula nonsense doesn't work. But I don't know if that's on the docket for an OTA. But be ready for Destroy to be changed. And if you like Destroy and want to play Destroy, please spend the rest of today and tomorrow until the OTA playing it, because it's about to get hit. Cool. All right, we've got Zal Snap's deck. Zal did not close the deal. He lost in round 7 of the Infinity Conquest we sure he had. So this went 7-1 in Gold Infinity Conquest. It went straight through Gold and then straight to the last round of Infinity, where it lost in a 7-round Heartbreaker. This deck is really cool, though. It has a million plays. You can end up going, all right, we all know how Thanos Lockjaw works, so it can do that, right? But you can also play a card like Kara or Thor on turn 4, right? Which leaves you 5 energy on turn 5, and you can play She-Hulk. And then on turn 6, you've got a cheaper Scar or a Thanos to drop, assuming you've been playing your stones appropriately. You can, of course, go Thor, Beta Ray into Jane. Perfectly fine, right? You can, if you do get any of the early, whatchamacallit, Hammer/Axe cards, Stormbreaker or Mjolnir, you play those early and your Scar gets real cheap. Yes, if you do Thor and you get that Thor out, and then you can get a She-Hulk out, you'd have a 2-cost Scar, and a 2-cost Scar with Shang-Chi is absolutely backbreaking. This deck does glorious, wonderful things. It's real strong. Alright, so Thanos equals good. You can run armor for Kara. Kara is important, but not terribly important. Also, pretty cool. Kara, Scar, and, of course, Beta Ray Bill, 3 cards from this month. We've got another card from this month appearing later. And spoiler, it ain't Hercules. You need Scar and Beta Ray Bill to make this deck work. They're like sort of the glue that holds it together. Ham can be Iceman. You lose a little bit, but not very much. And try youtube.com/@ZalSnap. Zal is a really great person. I like Zal a lot. Zal's not at 500 subs yet. Can we get him to 1,000? Can we monetize our friend Zal? Go hit that sub button. You won't regret it. Zal releases really great content and is a really kind person. Cool. All right. So Zal went 10-1 in Golden Infinity Conquest. So it was 7-1, and then in the time that I went from writing this, Zal went another Infinity ticket with it. He was like, I'm going to keep playing. I'll let you know. I was like, I got to record a video, bud. And Infinity Conquest, and then also went 22-11 on ladder, which is just like a wild amount of Marvel Snap playing for today's Zal. But it's like a 67% win rate, and then the 10-1 is obviously like a 90+% win rate. So this deck is real. Turn 1, draw our Sunspot. Turn 2, draw our Sunspot. Turn 3, Lockjaw is better than Thor is better than Kara. Turn 4. Jaw plus... Ooh. What the hell? That's interesting. My slideshow just reset itself. Do you see this? All right, we all see this, right? Cool. So we're going to keep going because I'm not restarting this whole video. Let's go back to our view. Sorry. Come on. Well, that was interesting. Thanks, Google Slides. Appreciate you dying in the middle of my video. Waiting patiently. There we go. Sorry about that. That was awkward. All right. Turn 3. Lockjaw is better than Thor is better than Kara. Changes a little bit if you have Destroy in the mix, so on. Turn 4. Jaw plus a stone is generally the best thing you can do. Beta Ray Bill is perfectly fine. Beta Ray Bill popping out of Lockjaw is awesome. And then I like Beta Ray Bill better than Thor unless Jaw and Stone is better than Beta Ray Bill or Thor unless you have Jane. And Beta Ray Bill is better than Thor unless you have She-Hulk in hand and don't have Jane. Then you play Thor over Beta Ray Bill, so you can play She-Hulk on 5. Turn 5, Jane or She-Hulk, with a card in Jaw if you can. And then turn 6, Scar plus Shang, and go in Jaw. And then you win. Much game of Snap. Alright, quick variant look. We're just going to count our hips today because we got so much stuff to talk about. Sunspot, Ham, Lockjaw, Infinite. 4 hips only, but we do have 2 Momokos in the Shang and She-Hulk, along with my favorite Thanos. So we're not doing too bad here. Alright, custom card time. We have our, excuse me, we have our keyword of add to the deck. We have our theme of Norse gods, and if you'd like to participate in the next time we do this, join Drewberry's Discord. The link is in the description of this video, and you can make your own custom cards on snaptracker.me/custom. Our first winner is Snowpoint. So Snowpoint shouldn't have been allowed to win because he totally doesn't follow the rules, but I'm a sucker for this card. I think this is so cool. Tier is a 6/8. At the end of the game, activate the on-reveal abilities of all the cards left in your deck. Which means you play the stones, right? It works because if you play Thor and Thor and Beta Ray Bill, if you play Tyr and the hammer is still in your deck, it activates it, and that's so cool. 6/8 I don't think is overpowered stats. This is exactly the same stats as Odin. It works great in Surfer decks for when you don't see Surfer. It's got oh my god, also if you go Sarah into this in a Surfer deck and you have Grandmaster, you can double trigger it. Oh no, it's at the end of the game, not on reveal. Poop. I guess you can't double trigger it. Fine. I guess that's probably safer because otherwise it'd be broken. But it gives you a Surfer in a Surfer deck if you weren't going to be able to Surfer. If you didn't see your Brood and you get 3 6/8 tiers, that seems amazing. It's good in general. Good stuff on reveal decks like Black Panther, Doom, White Tiger. Any of that stuff being stuck in your deck makes Tier absolutely awesome. And you could also use stuff like Agents of Shield to fill your hand. And if you just have this like packed hand of stuff, you get to trigger a bajillion ongoings when you play Tier. And all of that seems amazing, and I love this card. This is my favorite of the week, my second favorite ever after last week's Spider-Punk. We've got Uller. I don't even know who Uller is, but this is a really cool card. It's a 3/4. Yes, that is Thor's stat line. On reveal, shuffle a weapon into your deck. And we're going to look at the weapons before we go back. Weapon. If this was drawn on an even turn, become an axe. If it was drawn on an odd turn, become a bow. Cool. If it's an axe, it's a 1/1. On reveal, destroy the lowest power enemy card at Uller's location. Cool. Very cool. Answer to Iron Man, if you can draw it, if you can pull it off. Note that these don't cost 0, they don't work with Jane. Other one, 1/1. On reveal, afflict -2 power to the enemy's highest cost card at each location. So that one is insanely powerful. That probably can't be at each location, right? But it's still insanely strong because it can't be a 1/7, right? But maybe it can because you have to draw it. There's no way to really like tutor it out. I think it's really good. I think it's really cool, right? Okay, so synergies. This is going to go in the Lambi deck, which is the next deck we're going to talk about, like almost guaranteed. It should be at least good in basically any Thor's deck. Werewolf loves it because these are on reveal 1-drops. It should be good in Surfer because it's a 3/4, and Surfer often has that extra 1 energy, especially now with Grandmaster. And it should be great in Bounce because I want the bow and the axe as many times as humanly possible. I think this card is super duper cool. Props to our winner, Jesus. Did I say? I don't know if I said Snowpoint, but Snowpoint and Jesus are our winners so far. Great, great stuff. Our final winner is Shazanana. Shazanana, I believe, created that card I really, really liked last week. The Spider Punk that we won. If I'm wrong about the person, please excuse me. Also, please remember that the winner for every custom card challenge of the month is entered into a raffle for a giveaway of, you guessed it, a season pass. So one of these people will get a free season pass from me. Well, one of the people who've won, we've done this 3 times this month. We do it every week. One of those 3, I guess technically we have 3, 5, 7 winners. One of those 7 winners will get a season pass. If you'd like to try and win February season pass, join the Trueberry Discord. So Shazana. I like that this is just a triggered ability. When a card, as long as Balder is down, when a card is shuffled into your deck, shuffle 1 more and draw the original. So this works amazingly with Thors. Yes? You get a Mjolnir and then you get another Mjolnir in deck. You get a Stormbreaker and you get another Stormbreaker in deck. It turns this from something that's sort of inconsistent into a deck that really works. This is the exact kind of card I was thinking about when we talked about, when I invented this challenge. Now, this is countered hard by Darkhawk because it's going to shuffle an extra rock in your deck and draw a rock, right? It's not only going to work for your stuff. So I think that makes it really balanced and really cool. It's a card that's very strong, but also going to be sort of dangerous and scary to use. And it's only a 2/1, so like even though it's powerful, it's also like a weak card. I love it. I think this is excellent design. This one comes with a couple of variants. Apparently Balder is dead in the right one because that is like Hela's headpiece, and in the left he's young and heroic, and I think it's a really great angle. So we've got this awesome Balder. Hey, do me a favor, viewers. Let me know which your favorite of these is in the comments. Next week, we have a new challenge. This will end Monday 2/5 at 8 p.m. as it always does. Keyword, synergy with a different cosmic card. So cosmic Marvel cards include Silver Surfer, Thanos, Galactus. I don't care which of those you synergize with, but your job is to create a cosmic card that thematically synergizes with another cosmic card. Got it? And again, Drewberry's Discord and snaptracker.me. You have until next Monday for your custom card. Congrats and good luck. All right, this is our non-Beta Ray build deck for the day. This is the Iron Patriot Classic. It is not Yasui's deck, but again, I'm crediting Yasui because Yasui made the original. I don't know who made this. If you happen to be the person who played and made this deck, do let me know. I would love to give you credit, but this one came specifically from Untapped, and no one has been talking about this deck lately. But its win rate is through the roof. It's the simplest deck in the world to pilot. Don't always love when it's great, but it is right now, so here we are. Your basic job here is to go Brood into Absorbman and then pump those up with like Patriot-ish cards. And then you can end the game by, basically you should be ahead, so if you can read your opponent well, you should be able to end the game by playing Goliath, or filling locations with Doom, or if you've got Ravonna out, going Patriot and Mystique, along with like a Forge or whatever, or just Iron Man and Mystique and whatever. And then you just win. Game's over. You got it. So Lad is pretty important here. You actually need Iron Lad for this deck. Goliath can be Legion or, I guess, Ultron, because Ultron's always good if you don't see the other cards. And Wasp would replace Ravonna. I guess Wasp could also replace Goliath. Wasp is very good in these decks. Cool. You could also strongly consider Dazzler, because you're filling basically all your locations, and a 2/8's pretty good stats. Alright, so this had a 76% win rate in 110 games, which is like, Jesus. Like, that's so strong. It's also got a 1.04 Q rate, which again, in 110 games is through the roof. I'm only pulling post-infinite stats, which means that this deck did this against real players that reached infinite. That's through the roof. If Destroy is gone, I think this might be the best deck in the game. Cool. Check this deck out. Play it before everyone knows about it. Play it before it goes completely wild. I don't think you'll regret it. Okay. So turn 1, you pass. You basically never, ever, if you can avoid it, play Forge on 1. Turn 2, Forge if Mr. Sinister or Brood is in hand. If not, Ravonna. Turn 3, Brood is better than Sinister. And if you played Ravonna, you can drop Patriot. Turn 4, if you drop Patriot, you play Mystique. If not, you really want to Absman that Brood or Sinister. And if you haven't drawn Absman, you play Iron Lad to see if you can hit Absman. And there's all sorts of good hits, right? Like if you hit Doom, you're happy. If you hit Patriot, you're happy. Let's look quickly. You're happy to hit Ravonna, Doom, Patriot, um, Blue Marvel, Alioth, Doom, right? Like you're not even super upset at hitting Forge. Iron Man's a great hit song. Turn 5, Blue Marvel or Ravonna plus a 3, or you can just drop Iron Man. Turn 6, Alioth or Mystique plus Iron Man or Mystique plus Patriot, or just drop a Doom. This deck is insanely strong. This deck has always been insanely strong, but the power level of the game has been brought down by the blob stuff and seemingly soon by the Destroy nerf, and this might be the best deck. I like Patriot decks more than most, but this is not my favorite Patriot deck. It's going to be very hard to beat. Prepare yourself, Marvel Snap friends. All right, bundle guide time. One Man Battering Ram, $75 for 6,000 collector's tokens, 6,000 credits, and then Juggernaut-y stuff. If you like this Juggernaut variant, that's great. Juggernaut is a very strong and very underrated and underplayed card. I was talking with Sizer about this card. Sizer finished number 1 on Infinite Ladder last year, and Juggernaut's just a cube stealer. If you want extra cubes from opponents who don't know what you're playing, you can run Juggernaut. However, that's not why you buy this. This is the best value they've ever given us for $75. 6,000 collector's tokens is obviously a Series 5 card. 6,000 credits is not even a Spotlight Cash. A little more than a Spotlight Cash. It's a great deal in terms of deals we get in Marvel Snap. This is the best deal that you will get for this kind of money. So if you're going to spend money, buy this one. Cool. I am not buying this one, just for everyone knows. Not because it's not a great deal, but because I have 7,400 collector's tokens. So the main thing this is giving me is more of a currency I have, and I don't like this Juggernaut, so I'm just going to skip it. If I like the Juggernaut, I'd probably just buy it anyway because I'm an idiot. But I'm going to save the money and instead turn that around into giving you guys more stuff. Cool. But if you are going to spend money, you should grab this. This is the type of bundle you will get, by the way, by finishing first in the league. All right, Lambi's Evolved Horsey. This is the deck Lambi played on stream. Lambi straight up thinks Beta Ray Bill is a trap. This deck might be even better just straight up not running Beta Ray Bill. At that point, you're probably not running Zabu. This is a tempo deck. I'm going to warn everyone right now that this is a deck Lambi wins with that I'm not sure other people are going to win with, because there are a ton of little decisions to it. There's a ton of finicky decisions. Which Nico do you want? Do you play Wasp seemingly for nothing just to get Abomination to a cost where the math works a little better like 2 turns later? Do you Cyclops or Thor? Do you Beta Ray or Thing? How do those interact with Abomination? You almost always want a Zabu, but sometimes you still want a Scorpion first. When? It's a lot. It's just a lot here. Cool. It's a very, very good deck, but it is a lot. Lambi also says the main thing he got from it is how good Nico is with 0-cost cards. So running a deck that does stuff with Nico and 0-cost cards is something that might be really powerful. And now, to me, what that says to me is we're looking at a Werewolf by Night deck. But it's early, and we'll come back to that later. So Zabu, Nico, and Evo are a must. You must have those 3 cards. Don't play it without it. Nico is the damn point. Evo is the damn point. Zabu, Beta Ray Bill can be Shang-Chi. You don't actually lose that much from that exchange. Cool. Beta Ray for Shang-Chi works just fine here. Beta Ray could also be Werewolf by Night, because you just have just enough ongoings to make Werewolf like a 4-8, 4-10. You're fine with that. Alright, so Lambi's opinion was this was the best Beta Ray Bill deck. I don't personally agree, but Lambi's the best player in the game, and when Lambi takes it deck seriously, you A, may see it, and B, it's always worth considering. Maybe he's right? Turn 1, Misty is better than Wasp when you have a good target with Nico, or it sets Abomination. Oh, sorry. Excuse me, I said that wrong. Turn 1 is Misty. You don't Wasp on turn 1. You Wasp whenever you have a good target for it with Nico, or it sets Abomination to a cost that you need. Turn 2, Zabu is generally better than Scorpion. Turn 3, Cyclops is basically equal to Thor. It's really hard to tell which is right. You'd almost always rather play Thor and Cyclops together than Beta Ray Bill. Largely, even if you have Jane, right? Because Cyclops makes your Abomination cheap, which lets you combo things to end the game. Turn 4, Thor, Beta Ray Bill, or Thor, if Jane is in hand, and if not, Cyclops. Turn 5, Jane, if Thor or Beta Ray Bill were played, and if not, you play Thing, and then Mr. Fantastic ticks and Thing ticks. Turn 6, Abomination, hammers, and you just go as wide as you can to win the game. Put out a bunch of stats. This puts out a surprising amount of stats, while your opponents have less stats. It works reasonably well. Quick old hip count. We are lowly 3 here. Disappointing, right? We got Wasp. We got Evolutionary. We got Zabu. We need some more hips here. But I do love that Cyclops. All right, we vote Wednesday. Every Wednesday we vote for a card that a lesser played card to feature in a deck. Jean Grey video was Monday. Wow, Jean Grey was video. I can type sometimes. Yeesh. Jean Grey's video was Monday. If you'd like a cool Jean deck to try out, check Monday's video. This week you're voting between Crystal, Squirrel Girl, Titania, and someone asked for Spider-Man 2099, but I don't have a good 2099 deck right now. I do have a good Man-Thing deck. So Crystal, Squirrel Girl, Titania, Man-Thing. Pick one, and later on this week, we will feature a card long video. We'll feature a deck with one of these cards. Our last deck of the day, told you this was going to be a long one. This has been a long one, right? Is Thor's Bounce from our friend Cables. Cables took a deck from my video yesterday and changed 2 cards. He cut whatever 2 cards. He added Zabu and Enchantress to fit his meta better because he was facing a lot of ongoing stuff, whether that be Devil Dino, whether that be Dark Rock, whether that be the Tribunal stuff, and Enchantress was answering it. So the deck was changed by those 2 cards, and this is the only Infinity Border that I'm currently aware of with Beta Ray Bill. Beta Ray Bill also joined by our friend Grandmaster, as I told you, we'd have another card that was released this month appear. This is a relatively simple deck to play. You play the 1-drops, you bounce them, or you play Thor. You can play Thor, Beta Ray, Jane, and then just go a bunch of zeros and hit Monkey, or Werewolf and zeros to move it around. That works just fine. You can use Grandmaster to double a Monkey, which gets so big nothing can beat it, or double Mjolnir or Stormbreaker. Mjolnir's good. A 316 Thor wins a lane sometimes, but doubling Beta Ray to 24 is usually enough to win relatively easily. Enchantress takes care of your problems because stats aren't usually problems. You can go over the top of most things, and then you win. Yeah, it's a cool deck. I like it a lot. All right, if no Zabu, don't run Beta Ray Bill. Beta Ray can be Shang-Chi just fine if you do have Zabu, but don't have Beta Ray. Without Zabu, run Falcon and make Beta Ray Bill a 1-drop. Nico's preferred, but Korg, Yellow Jacket, or Wasp are fine. Same thing if you don't have the Pig, but you need Hit Monkey and Werewolf. So again, this is an updated version from my video yesterday, and it is the only version of the deck that's got an Infinity Border that I know. The only Beta Ray Bill deck that's got an Infinity Border that I know of. So turn 1, you play a 1-drop. Turn 2 is either Zabu or more 1s, depending on what's in hand. If you have a bunch of 4s in hand, play Zabu. If you have a bunch of 1s, little Beast in hand, play the more 1s. Turn 3, bounce if 1s. If not, you drop Thor, or if you played Zabu, you drop Beta Ray or the Wolf. Turn 4, if you didn't bounce, you drop Wolf now, or Thor or Beta Ray. Turn 5, Jane if you've played the Thors. If not, then start moving the Wolf. And turn 6, you play as much stuff as you can with the Monkey. And be careful, because you want to save that extra spot in the middle, right? And you're moving around a Werewolf, so it's challenging to get this right. I messed it up once and lost 8 cubes. It was rough. I've also gotten it right and won 8 cubes, though. So, because people are saying they can't tell that you're about to explode for 10 bajillion power, right? But you can basically win through going completely crazy with Monkey, leaving a gigantic Monkey that you play early, and then playing one of the 0 or 1 cost cards after that to move Wolf to another location. Now you just have 2 humongous locations. And if some of your cards that you played were like a Mjolnir and a Stormbreaker, now you just have 3 gigantic, insanely big threats, which is more than a single Shang-Chi can handle, especially as 2 of them are popping around on the last turn. Quick variant talk. We got Ham, Iceman, Zabu. Oh my god, I put the wrong Hit Monkey in here. My bad. I've got the Hit Monkey, the Beast. So we got 5 hips, which is fine, but also cool about this deck, we got a Pig, a Kitty, a Monkey, beast, a frog, and a wolf, and a horsey. So we got 7 animals. This is the animal bounce deck. That's exciting. I don't know if you like that, but it makes me really happy. All right, shop time, and then we're done for the day. Our first shop was yesterday's shop. I bought that Multiple Man immediately. I love it. I'm so excited to play it. I spent all yesterday playing Phoenix Force once I had it, and I was very excited and happy every time that Multiple Man came out. I looked at this Galactus. I actually like this Galactus, but hey, y'all, I have 3 great Galactuses. I don't even like this. I don't play Galactus, but I have 3 great Galactuses. I have Lifebringer, I got the Spotlight one, the Fantastic Four cover one, and I have the Hip. So I'm Galactus out. Imagine if I liked the card. So wrong. All right, today we had the Pandart Studio takeover. So I don't like the Pandart art. I'm really sorry to those of you who do. Props, enjoy your stuff. But none of this was for me, so I didn't get it. It's basically what happened. I only need a variant for 1 card that didn't release this month. It is White Tiger. None of these are White Tiger. And I don't really like the art, so I moved on. I did, however, open my premium mystery variant from Conquest, and I got this Ronin. I have a Hip, and I have another comic booky one I like better. But hey, this Ronin's nice, and Ronin's a good card, so I'm not, like, sad to have it. Cool. All right. We're going to give Patreon thanks to Models, Pretty Chill, Father Newman, Ink, No Flex, Mandatory Burnout, Matt Conduit, God Dog Gamer, Kerdix Lee, Mikey Hijinks, DG Winfield, Cables. Hey, we just saw Cables. Rob Silverman, Matt H, Abigail Giesland, Direwolf, Ocularis, Jane Everett, Spike Jones, Coy Ray, Louis Antunes, JD McDonaldino, and the homie Min. Thank you so much. Let's wrap it up. Check out our friend Zal Snap. Check out our friend Cables. You probably checked out Lambi. Check the Patreon out. Join the league. Hit that sub button. Leave a comment. Win your free stuff. Play these decks. Keep that Patriot deck in mind when death is gone. If you got the money, buy the bundle. We appreciate you. Last thing to do, though, check out Zal Snap. Show that friend some love. Help him grow. It's all about community here on Snap Judgments. Never forget that. See you tomorrow for another Snap Take. Oh, wait. Tomorrow's 2 Snap Takes. OTA day. Peace.